was a similar story across the Eurozone, Pauline, where retail trade was actually down 3.4% in the month of December from a year before, and across the whole of the European Union, so we're talking 10 other countries that don't use the euro as their single currency, 27 in total, saw a lesser decline of just around about 2%, although it did fall still. But the figure from Spain was actually, surprise, surprise, one of the most dismal there. Sales were down around about 12% year-on-year, so well into the double digits. Nevertheless, one Spanish company has managed to buck the trend here. Al Goodman reports now in the third part of our series on the changing face of retail.
After years of growth, the economic crisis starting in 2008 was a jolt for Spanish retailers, including this large supermarket chain, Mercadona.
We were losing customers, and we realized that we started to think why we are losing them. And the final answer was that we were out of our model, and we have to come back to those basics.
Basics like putting the customer first. Employees are trained to call customers el jefe, the boss.
The company depends on the customers. This is the main point. If sometime we lost that focus, we finish as a company. This is why we call them, or we call him, the boss.
But Mercadona is far from finished. While retail sales are down nationwide and many Spanish stores have closed or downsized and laid off workers, Mercadona has bucked the trend. The company has hired 10,000 new employees since 2008 for a total of 70,000 and opened 220 new stores. It now has 1,350 across Spain. That's up from just 8 stores the family-run company started with 30 years ago, before they began thinking big, like this logistics center near Madrid, which opened just as the economic crisis began. Barcodes keep computer track of inbound and outbound goods, what's needed at each store when. Only 34 products out of 8,000 are handled by a worker because they have odd-sized packaging. The increased productivity helped Mercadona cut prices 15% on the food and supplies it sells, a big incentive to clients in the crisis. But it's not just about the customers. Mercadona also focuses on its workers and their kids. There's a daycare center at the logistics warehouse, and several weeks of training for each new employee, and refresher courses every year. A union official confirmed the company's assertion that it pays above average wages for the sector.
Another thing that helps Mercadona maintain employee loyalty, a bonus plan. When profit targets are met, every worker at every level gets up to 2 months of extra pay.
And that's happened every year for the past decade, even during the crisis years. Al Goodman, CNN, Madrid.